Welcome to Tankenstein, a combat tank salvaging roguelike set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland that is procedurally generated. In this game, you play as a tank that searches the wasteland for new parts to survive and upgrade, while also fighting other hostile rogue AI tanks you encounter. Starting in, on the bottom left corner, you will find a display that shows the health of your various tank parts. On the bottom right, you'll find your speed meter, as well as a smaller heat meter that shows when you may overheat, such as from boosting, which could damage your tank parts. In the space below the two meters are your tank abilities. Top right is where objectives will be listed. Top center is your navigation bar. And top left is a scrap collected counter, of which are useless in the demo. You have a useful help panel showing controls, with the first hotkey being hiding or showing the help panel. The second hotkey, inventory, is where your items will go, as well as where you will be able to swap out parts on your tank, including cannon, turret, chassis, engine, and individual treads. In the inventory, one will be able to notice there are values of durability to each part, which will degrade from combat or from overheating certain parts. Parts can be fixed through sacrificing parts into a scrapper, which can be found sporadically throughout the world. There is an additional tab to the left side of the inventory interface called Central Processing, where you can slot in CPU chips for additional stats and perks, with said chips sometimes found on other tank wrecks. Third hotkey is Tank Info, which shows additional information on your tank, including DPS, top speed, and weight, which can affect the speed of your tank. I barely used Tank Info myself, so don't be intimidated by it. Fourth hotkey is reloading your weapon, and you can reload faster if you hit reload right when the reloading circle is in the green. Fifth hotkey is your radar, which once activated shows points of interest, including cog icons that indicate scrap or tank wreckages, the wrench icon for scrappers, and red icons for enemies. Do keep in mind the radar ping only lasts for some moments. The 6th, 7th, and 8th hotkeys are self-explanatory. As you may have spotted in the navigation bar, there are tiers and distances associated with them. The farther out you go from your spawn point, the higher the tier, which translates to higher tier loot and enemies. When it comes to enemies, there is a damage and projectile system. There are weak points you can hit on tanks, such as the engine, as well as chances for your shots to ricochet on the slopes of armor. On the topic of enemies, there are tank bosses that can be found in the world, although they are all the same scrapper tank from my time playing the demo. In the demo version of 0.2.3 of the game, there is no meta progression beyond each run itself that I'm aware of, and it only lets you go out to tier 5. But in the full game, there are up to 10 tiers, and some permanent meta progression outside of a single run. Another thing that isn't present in the demo that is worth mentioning is that the full game has an ability to save in a run through hangars on the map. As for settings, they are basic, including the ability to get unstuck and self-destruct, but I'm thankful there is an ability to adjust audio levels, as well as an option to turn off motion blur and screen shake, as I myself can get motion sick from that. The game itself is listed as $18 on Steam. However, as I mentioned, there is a free demo to try out on the game, or for those of us that are broke like me. The game is in early access, with a roadmap that can be found on Steam page. And the game does have a Discord where they share news related to the game, as well as a beta branch players can opt into. The game is fun and holds great potential. Whether or not that potential is realized is up to the developers behind it. Hopefully all goes well though on that front. That concludes this video. Thank you for your time.